Hello everyone, how are you all doing? Great? Good. So we are here with our part 2 of this Python complete course for beginner. And as you have already gone through the first video where I have introduced all the topics and everything which we are going to cover in this series. So here we are with our next topic in which we are going to learn how to work with Jupyter Notebook. So Jupyter Notebook is where you can write your Python code, and it is very easy to handle and it is very convenient to work with. You can share your Jupyter Notebook with others. Other can share their Jupyter Notebook with you, and you can edit your code on web browsers. So there are many features you can learn and how to write the code on Jupyter Notebook. What are the other features? What are the different styles? Those styles we are going to learn in this part. To download Anaconda, this is anaconda.org is the link. So you find it on Google and simply download your Anaconda. And once it is downloaded, so you can start. So after you download your Anaconda on your system, you search it and you'll see it like this. The Anaconda app, it will look like this, Anaconda Navigator. So you click to start and it will take few seconds to initialize. It is initializing. It takes few seconds. So it has opened up asking for new version. So we will cancel it for now and we'll find our Jupyter, which is here. This is Jupyter Notebook. You click on it or you launch. So Jupyter Notebook will open. So here your Jupyter Notebook has opened up. So it has everything from your system, your download, your desktops, and everything. And also the projects, if you have worked on any project on Jupyter Notebook, everything will appear here. Now we are going to start with our new Jupyter Notebook. So you open this Python 3. So that is the version Python 3, which you have downloaded, version 3. So this is your notebook here, which has opened up, and here you will be writing the code. So you'll see here, this is the toolbar, and you have all the things here to save, to cut, move up and down, and everything. Run the code, refresh it, move forward, and here you have the code and Markdown for heading for RO and B converter. So Markdown and the codes which we use very frequently. So code is to write the code, and Markdown is to give some headings, or you specify, you mention any theoretical information. So for that you use Markdown, otherwise you use the code. So you can change your cell to code on Markdown format, but also there is a shortcut. You don't need to go here again and again. You are out of the cell, and if you want to, now it is to write the code, but if you want to change it to Markdown, then simply click M. It is now turned to Markdown, and you can also verify it from here. And if you want to again go back to the code format, so you type Y and it is changed to Y. The cell changed to code format. So that's the one shortcut. So M4 to change it to Markdown and Y to change it to code. So let's start with a few styles and few shortcuts. So let's start with Markdown. I press M and changed it to Markdown. And now I want to write some heading. So click on the cell, write hash space Python course. Shift enter is the key to run, or you can also run it with this button. So this is to give the title. Now you want to write main heading. Okay, so this is the title, and you write the title with the help of one single hash. Now you are going to write the main heading. So first convert this shell to Markdown. So type M, and here you write two hashtags space and you write part 1. Shift enter, run the code, run Markdown. Shift enter is to run the cell. Either you can do shift enter, or you can click on this run button. Convert this cell again to Markdown, press M. Now we will write subheading. For subheading, use 3 hashtags. So we are learning Jupyter Notebook. And shift enter. So this is your subheading. You see the difference, right? The font size is different. So this is title, this is heading, this is subheading. So these are the things you can do. And again, if you use, so first change it to Markdown, and if you use Markdown, and if you use 4 hashtags, so the font size decreases a little, but that will be a heading. Okay, so you can use it for the subheadings. So let's say subheadings, I write and shift enter. Okay, now you see the difference. So that's how you do it. Let's say turn it to Markdown. If you want to write words in bold and italic format, so there is also syntax. So you do double underscore, write Neha, double underscore, shift enter. Okay, so this is bold. Now I want to write Neha in italic. We write single underscore, Neha, single underscore, shift enter. First turn it to Markdown, Neha, and single underscore, shift enter. So this is italic, this is bold. So that's the syntax. And let's learn about indenting. First convert this cell to Markdown, and let's say I want to write this Python learning, shift enter, and for indenting, so first change it to Markdown and arrow, part 1, enter. So for if you want to give further indentation, then use 2 arrows and part space part 2, shift enter. So this is how you give indenting. Suppose you want to give the color to your text. So first let's convert it to Markdown out of the cell, and you type N. So you want to give, right, so let's say the sentence is start with hash, this is Python learning. So I'll start with this arrow, font color is equal to blue, this, and I say Python backslash font and arrow close, shift enter. Okay, so this is Python. So you can see color is, this color turned into blue. Okay, so if you write here red, enter, so this color changed to, the spelling is correct, not correct. This is Python. If you want to change it to some other color, say green, so this is done. Okay, so that's how you do the coloring. Now one thing also you learned, that you can go back on your sheet, on your notebook, and double click, and you are in the syntax. So you can change your previous code also and run it again. Okay, so your code will run successfully. So that is also one thing, one benefit. Okay, so here I'll run it, and this is done. Let's move to other. So there are things, these are the styles which you can try, and you will learn many more while writing your Python code, while you'll be working on the bigger projects. So you will definitely learn so many, the styles, so many formats, and so many shortcuts. So you don't need to learn all these things by heart. So only if you like to give the heading, you can memorize that, you can use the hashtag, but nothing more than that. If you will be practicing Python code, if you will be writing the Python code regularly, so by default you will remember all these things. Okay, so nothing to worry about these things. There are a few shortcuts like as I told you. So if you click out of the cell, if you click M, so this cell converts to Markdown, and if you click Y, it converts back to the code. So there is one more. So you just anywhere on your notebook, you click F. So this find and replace window pops up. You can find you any code. If you remember anything, you can find in the code and replace it with the corrected version of it or something else which you want to fix. Okay, so you can find the code and replace it with the newer version of it. Okay, so that's one thing you can do. If you want to insert a new cell, so you can, so you are here, and if you want to insert a new cell below, so you just type B, and if you want to insert a new cell above, you type A. Okay, so this one new cell got inserted above this one. Okay, so anywhere you can do it in your past code also. So like I am here and I want to insert a cell below, so I'll press B, and if I want to insert a new cell before this, so above this, so I'll press A. So this is something you can do. So you select the cell and press enter to go to the edit mode. Okay, and if you want to run it, if you don't want to change, or you want to change and then run it, then shift enter you can press. Okay, so click this cell and press enter, you'll go to the edit mode. Shift and enter to run the cell. So shift and enter you learn to run the code. If you are in one cell here and I press enter, so you are in the edit mode, and if I press alt enter, so it will run your command, if it will run your code, and also along with that it will insert new cell. So you have 3 cells below this code. So if I press alt enter, so now you have 4 cells. So it executed this code and inserted new cell below. So if you want to merge 2 cells, so you can do shift M. It's like this. So you had 4. So like again, you have 4 here, and this one which I'm just merged. And if you want to merge again, so it will merge this one and the next one. Shift M, so it merged the 1, 2, and 3. So now you do again like this, then like this. Okay, Shift M is the key to merge the cells. So these are the few shortcuts to work on, which you will be using while working on the Python code. I have listed down everything in the description. So, and if you have come through the LinkedIn newspaper, so I have already mentioned all the formats, all the shortcuts in the newspaper itself. So you can try, you can open your Jupyter Notebook and practice everything. It is very easy. And we also have an option where you can, raise your queries in the comment section. And once in a 2 months, we will be publishing videos which will be specifically to answer your queries and everything. So you can, absolutely raise your concerns, raise your doubts. I will note down and will try my best to resolve your queries. So start working, start practicing. Good luck for learning the Python course. And yeah, we'll meet you in the next video. Bye bye. Have a good day.